July 30th, 1866, New Orleans was supposed to mark a new beginning, not a massacre. A constitutional convention gathered to demand black suffrage and restore civil rights. Hundreds of freedmen marched in support, dressed in their best, carrying the hope of freedom. But white mobs and city police, many former Confederates, surrounded the Mechanics' Institute. They opened fire on unarmed delegates, chased survivors through the streets, and executed those who tried to surrender. By nightfall, at least 34 black men and 3 white allies lay. Dead, more than 100 wounded. Their bodies were left in the gutters as a warning. The carnage stunned the nation. General Philip Sheridan himself called it a massacre, pure and simple. The violence proved emancipation meant nothing without protection, and it forced Congress to act. Radical Reconstruction was born, and the 14th Amendment soon followed.
And this shows you this is Babylon the Great America run by Esau Edom. You got a woman here teaching history with her jugs popping all out. Just another day in Babylon the Great America. But as always, I want to give all glory, honor, and thanks to the Heavenly Father Yahweh and his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, for this wisdom and knowledge. Call Halayim La, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah Kodash, as well as a double honors, a respectful double honors upon to the apostles and elders of GMS, the many various men and camps of Great Millstone, whom I've learned and continue to learn this truth under. I'm the brother Allah Yahweh, this being titled The 1866 New Orleans Massacre and Edom's Crimes Upon Judah, Volume 1. This is a series I've been meaning to do through the Spirit. I finally got my intros back from the beloved elder Malcolm, and this was inspired by a post I saw today. I follow this subreddit called College Football Memes, okay? And we got a lot of conversation right now. You got this Edomite devil coach, Lane Kiffin, who left Ole Miss, and that's a whole nother topic on itself, that name, Ole Mississippi, okay? Left the University of Mississippi to join Louisiana State, and they talking about, segregation and all this. Basically, Esau's hatred is being revived. And I saw this, and I didn't know this. I just learned this. It says, this is by looks like X, or formerly known as Twitter, College Football Home. LSU, talking about Louisiana State University, they're known as the Tigers. They wear, yellow, gold, and purple. LSU wasn't named after the animal tigers. They are actually named after the Louisiana Tigers, a particularly brutal brigade of rebel soldiers in the Civil War, who also slaughtered hundreds of freed black men in the New Orleans Massacre of 1866. And this woman, me pull per
30th.
She said that it was, up to 30 something Jakes, but we know it was more than that. Okay, this is how this man Esau do. And this is, stunning to learn, but it is nothing new under Esau. Okay, so that's where Louisiana State gets their name, after a Civil War brigade. Okay, so I'm going to play one intro of the beloved elder Malcolm, that inspired this series of Esau's crimes upon just one tribe, the tribe of Judah, so-called blacks. Okay, he done did the Israelites, all 12 tribes, very dirty, and he didn't, his blood, our blood is on his hands, okay? So I'm going to play this intro, and we just going to let the scriptures speak.
So the chat GPT said, in summary, the Bible points to the true Israelites being scattered worldwide, primarily in the land of their enemies, Leviticus 26 and 39, suffering oppression, and then it says especially in the land of the north.
Over-policed, every stronghold that was built in America, over 200 cities were leveled to the ground or drowned out where black communities were thriving, doing a lot better than Edomites in their own land, doing their own rule.
It says, so while they are worldwide, the bulk of their affliction and awakening in prophecy is tied closely to America and the Western nation.
So you
weird watching black people get mad at white people for starting functioning white communities. It's like, you know how happy we'd be to see black people start a functioning black community?
No, you know what's really weird is when white people try to get on this app and pretend that every time a successful black community has been started, white people didn't jump in and destroy it.
Exactly.
Don't believe me? We have multiple examples. Let's start off with Lake Lanier. Lake Lanier looks beautiful, doesn't it? It was a wonderful black community until it got too successful. And then white people ran the black people out of their community, dammed up a river, and flooded their town. It's all right, though. Tons of white people lose their lives every single summer.
About 700 have
I don't know why
died.
I find it so funny. I do. I find it hysterical. Dumbass white people enjoy their lives on this lake, and the souls of black people take their lives. But there's more. What about Greenwood? You know, Black Wall Street. Black Wall Street was in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It was incredibly successful. But then there was a claim that a black man hurt a white woman. Fucking white women. And so a whole bunch of white men came into the town and set it ablaze, killing over 300 people. It was an incredibly successful town. Until again, set ablaze by white people, because God forbid black people have a successful town. There's another one, Rosewood, Florida. There's not even a town left. White people are that weak. They were successful. They claim in their history, in white people history, that they killed 6 people. It was closer to 200.
Yep.
200 people that they massacred. Anyways, what were you saying about you'd be so happy if black people created a successful black town?
She shitted on that fool.
Okay. And this also reminds me, you know, this the spirit, the brother GMS Memphis End of Days reposted this today. He says, remember this Jake classic. And for those that don't know, this is a skit from the guy's RDC World. You had Heda, Jumpman, and Faux Flat. Okay, so basically the tribe of Judah, these 3 Jakes, these 3 Judites got superpowers. And they was like, the days of explaining shit is over with. You know what I'm saying? And hey, if you was cool with us, then hey, we gonna be cool with you. But if you did us dirty, we gonna do you dirty. Just like y'all did us in the 17 and 1800s, we gonna do you. And that's the spirit. We gonna get that Revelation 13 verse 9 and 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Now let's back this up. 1866 New Orleans Massacre. The New Orleans Massacre of 1866 occurred on July 30th when a peaceful demonstration of mostly black freed men, and we know that term black is a byword spoken on the book of Deuteronomy, okay, a byword and a proverb. Ain't nobody black, okay, we're all shades of some sort of brown, okay, except one nation, they're more the pinkish and red because they got that curse of Cain, that curse of leprosy on them, okay, but it says black freed men was set upon by a mob of white rioters, many of whom had been soldiers of the recently defeated Confederate States of America, leading to a full-scale massacre. Okay, and then we got more. Yeah, it says Louisiana Tigers was the nickname of several infantry units of the Confederate States Army from Louisiana during the American Civil War. Originally applied to a specific company, the nickname expanded to a battalion, then to a brigade, and eventually to all Louisianan troops in the Army of Northern Virginia. Although the exact composition of the Louisiana Tigers changed as the war progressed. They developed a reputation as brave but undisciplined shock troops. Okay, so this is the history. This is where the LSU Tigers get its name. And also we got that. Let's pull RDC World back up. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by its toe. Okay, that's really eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a nigger by the toe. If he hollers, let him go. Okay, so let's just get to the scriptures, man. This is more of Esau's crimes upon the tribe of Judah, his bloodshed, being exposed. Book of Habakkuk 2 verse 16. Thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. And that's what's happening in this. The term cup is going to get brought up a lot because we're currently, as Israelites, drinking the cup of the Lord's anger, his wrath, the cup of oppression, the cup of slavery, the cup of being downtrodden. But that's also going to be passed to you Edomites. It speaks on that in the book of, I believe, Lamentations, the 4th chapter, verse 21 and 22. Matter of fact, since I brought it up, let's get it. And I'm going to get this in the NLT. Okay, so you Edomites then did our people very dirty, very violently. It also speaks on them that, what's the word? How's it worded? Dealt treacherously. Them that dealt treacherously, we gonna deal treacherously with you. Lamentations 4 verse 21 and 22. Are you rejoicing in the land of Uz, O people of Edom? But you too must drink from the cup of the Lord's anger. You too will be stripped naked in your drunkenness. O beautiful Jerusalem, your punishment will end. And this time in America has been a giant punishment, a giant, burden upon our people. All these captivities, but this is the worst of the worst. This modern day Egypt run by you Edomites. You will soon return from exile, but Edom, your punishment is just beginning. Soon your many sins will be exposed. And that's why you think Trump trying to, hide, all the slavery exhibits, because Esau's, shameful, what used to be his glory on how he took all these lands by way of blood is now a shame unto him. The scriptures speak on his children shall cry of an ungodly father. And all throughout the book of Job, it speaks on he going to have to pay for that. Let's get the next one. Go back in the KJV. Let's get the book of Obadiah. Obadiah 1 verse 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. And that's what's going to happen. Further down in the book, it speaks on northern and southern kingdom is going to torture your ass. So Esau, you going to have to drink that cup too. As you did to us, we going to do to you double. You got 1,000 long years of oppression under us, and then we going to do away with you. All you nations got a jail sentence coming to you. But after that jail sentence, everyone else is going to be released, let back in their lands. You Edomites is going to get torched up and done away with because you are the seed of the wicked. That is your destiny to be ultimately destroyed. And it's not by us. It's of the Heavenly Father. It's written all throughout the scriptures. And this is why. Let's go back to this. You devils get in power and you raise nothing but hell. Okay. And you done did that to the Lord's chosen people, the Israelites. Okay. You done touched the apple of his eye. Okay, so this is what's coming. Jeremiah 49 verse 12. For thus said the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken. And art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. Going back to the Lamentations, the 4th chapter. Okay, Esau is going to have to drink that cup too. Let's get another one in Revelation. Just like he done did us, which is terrifying. Okay, how bad he did our people. Imagine double upon him. Revelation 18 verse 6. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works. In the cup which she hath filled, fill to her double. That's a very scary thought right there. Let's get another one in our Apocrypha, Wisdom of Solomon 12 verse 22. Therefore, whereas thou dost chasten us, thou scourgest our enemies 1,000 times more, to the intent that when we judge, we should carefully think of thy goodness, and when we ourselves are judged, we should look for mercy. And that's also another. He ain't gonna show. I believe that's in the book of James. These Edomites ain't show our people not a drop of mercy. Okay, so when we are ruling over him, we not gonna show his ass no mercy. Okay, James 2 verse 13. For he shall have judgment without mercy that showed no mercy, and mercy rejoiceth against judgment. Let's bring this up back to the screen. What these devils was doing back in the day. You had the New Orleans massacre. You have all types of atrocities throughout the history of Babylon the Great, and our people are still suffering yet to this day. Okay, let's get another one. I believe I mentioned it, so let's get this dealt treacherously. Yup, Isaiah 33 at the top. Book of Isaiah 33 verse 1. Let's highlight it real quick. And it says, the judgment of Yahweh. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. And let's pull up this next one, because this is what we can't wait to deal treacherously with you prideful ass Edomites. Okay, matter of fact, let me pull up this picture, because this I through the spirit reminding me of this. Let me pull this up. Boom. All right, this is the picture that reminds me. Look at the pride of these devils right here. Okay, so hey, just like you done did our people, Esau, it's coming to you double, boy. It's gonna be a really bad time. And this is the scripture, you know, they ain't never gonna bring out in these Christian churches. Revelation 13 verse 9 and 10. This is what we're patiently waiting for. We're patiently waiting for a recompense, true, real reparations. Just like how these devils did us treacherously, we gonna do that to them, and we can't wait. We can't wait. Revelation, fuck all that turn another ear. Hey, the Lord not with that. The Lord is a man of war, and he's going to recompense you devils for all the blood you done shed upon us. This is, I might have skipped Numbers 35. I'm going to get that again. Revelation 13, verse 9 and 10. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. Okay, so just like Esau done led our asses into captivity, into slavery, we gonna do the same with him, but double. And tough shit. That's what's coming. He don't like to hear that. I should have brought this up. I skipped this. This is all throughout the history of Babylon the Great America. You got, once again, this football coach, talking about what state is or what city is more racist. Oxford, Mississippi, or Baton Rouge, Louisiana. It's all the same. Okay, it's all got a history of bloodshed of our people. Numbers 35 verse 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. And we just talking about the tribe of Judah. We not even going into the Trail of Tears, all these wars that, he done did upon Gad, the North American Indians, the Alamo, all the torture and blood he done did on the tribe of Issachar, so-called Mexicans. We just talking about Judah in this one case, okay? And let's close off on these two scriptures, because this is Micah 2 verse 10 speaks on this place here, chiefly Babylon the Great America, is not our rest. We not supposed to make this place our rest. This is the land of our enemies. This is his time to rule. This is his time to shine. But that shine is dimming when the whole world can see how he got his shine, how he got his riches, and his time is running out. But ours, we got an eternal, forever, ever kingdom of rest to come. And we gonna for sure put belt to ass to all of you nations, especially pull their asses up again. Especially the nation of Edom. You devils right here. I can't wait to have this Edomite right here in chains. Okay, we gonna do y'all double. Hebrews 13 verse 14. For here we have no continuing city, but we seek one to come. So as the beloved elder Malcolm has said in these videos, you had over 200 towns and communities flooded, torched up, burned down, destroyed. Okay, we have no continuing city on this side. Every time we done went to build one up, Esau destroyed it, but it was really of the Lord. But this is what's coming. Isaiah 14 will start at the top. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob. Going back to Jacob and Esau. Jacob representing so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans for the most part, as well as the Israelite foreigners, going to be looking and have the appearance of these other nations. But go back to Jacob, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Esau is the evil twin brother, our evil twin brother. We're in his hands right now, but the Lord going to flip that. He going to do the role reverse. And then Esau's ass going to be in our hands, and it's going to be really bad. Let's get it again. Isaiah 14 verse 1 through 3. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the houses of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. And it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve. And I think there's some more meat at the end of this chapter. Speaks on, this is the judgment of a wicked man. Let me see if I can pull this. Okay. On what's coming to you Edomites. Yep. Let's see where it's at. Let's just close off on this. It speaks on this a lot in the books of Job 18, Job 20. Okay. Isaiah 14 verse 21. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. And this is why. Okay, look at what you done did to your twin brother, Jacob. Okay, but we gonna do that to you double, and we not gonna give a damn. Okay, but the point's been made. The atrocities committed on our people, specifically in this video, the tribe of Judah, is just another example of shameful spewing on these Edomites and how they done rose to power. But the Lord gonna strip sack them of all of that. All right, they gonna have to cough up all them riches, and then they ass is gonna get put in chains just like they did to us. We can't wait. I hope this was edifying. Shalom, Abad Babal.